This is Smith Welding. I'm Adam Niffen. I'm your host. Stroll around the shop with us. Check out what we got in here today. It's always fun and interesting. We got some metal repair. These welds, that weld right there you can see is broken. This is from our friend Jeremy Shipley. I knew him in a past life when I was a carpenter, construction worker. If anybody catches this and understands, this is a framer's platform and it's been beat up. It was so mangled he just cut that off. What happened was the forklift machine, the forks go in the bottom, and it smashed on the ground, it tilted in, it crushed all this out. So when we're done, he'll put a new micro laminate beam across here, so forth and so on. We're gonna make little legs so it sits on the ground properly and not in the mud. We're gonna straighten this trailer out and build some racks for it. I'll kind of show you what we're doing. John's gonna be in charge of this project here. I actually have his materials list put together. So I'll take that home with me tonight so I can call him in the morning. Some metal work, folks. Alright, you guys saw this whole setup. We built these. I'm about done. See this little setup here. We cap the tops, we put a K-brace in. These are removable. See how they're floppy? I'm going to take them and weld a nut on the outside, drill hole weld nut on the outside. I'm going to make a T-handle bolt to screw that down to keep it from wobbling so much. All four of them are going to get it, okay? What's interesting is this was the first time we built this exact setup. Now we know exactly what the customer wants. We've got measurements and everything else. What's sad is one-off, custom, anything takes twice as long as if you've got a plan and you've done a dozen of them, okay? Customer pays for it. This is a very good customer of ours. I will give him value for his dollar spent for sure. Anyhow, so there's that. Here, it was broken. This basket wasn't here when we had made that for him. He can just throw his chains and shit in there now. We're working on that bar right there. We'll actually carry across to those sides and sit down on there so it's a full width setup for carrying scaffold on. This was really 3 tickets, this job. It was fixing the trailer itself, everywhere it was broken. We put 11 gauge steel on top and we braced the wheel well underneath. So now you can step on them, you can walk up on them. Fix the trailer where it tried committing suicide. Build ladder rack system, and then fix this. We put a new bar across here, filling in, a new bar down. We built all that new. This was it was tweaked way up, and it's still mashed and mangled. You can see that still ain't right, but I cut it, and we bent it down a little bit. Finally, I had to cut this K-brace loose, and where it's welded on the other side, that angle iron, and I pushed everything down so this planes through. What happens is you have what's called an LVL that gets bolted to this. It's a microlam beam. It's 1 3/4 inches thick by 12 or 13 inches deep. And the carpenters, the framers, they'll set the sheets and shit up here to cut them, stuff up here to cut them when they're siding a house or sheeting a house. That's what this is for. So now I'm finishing that up, and I got some other details to deal with. That being, when I'm cleaning that up, it's going to stay janky, but trust me, it'll be back. And then if you look down here, that tongue kicks off that way. I'm either going to have to cut, pull it over, and weld it, or I got to heat all that up. I've got to decide what I'm going to do in a hurry. One or the other. I can unbolt the tongue. It's just bolted on. That's where we're at right now, is figuring out how we're going to make that straight again after I finish my ladder braces and finish cleaning that up. Interesting story. You see that? That is a broken cutoff wheel. I had my helmet on. I actually just had it spun around to grind. What it does, it gives me a shade 3 lens. Anybody, if you don't know what I'm talking about, message me, okay? I'll explain better detail. It goes with a shade 3 lens, and it doesn't auto darken when I'm grinding. And there's sparks everywhere, so I flipped it down, and not 5 seconds after I flipped that down, the wheel shattered and hit me across the face, across my mask. It actually scarred that outside lens. I got an outside lens, an inside lens, and then I got the auto darkening apparatus sandwiched between. So that would have really fucked me up. It would have fucked up my nose or my forehead, or I don't know. I mean, I got a big ass Irish nose as it is. I don't need any worse. But I'm proud of my Mick nose, eh? So, you know, this is just kind of breeze through. Custom fabrication and welding isn't always glamorous and nifty. Custom fabrication doesn't mean I'm building parts full of cars. It could mean I'm building shit for construction equipment. Custom means you build it, you don't buy it. You can't go out and buy these parts at the store. You don't go to the parts house and go, oh, I need fucking frame rails for a man basket. It doesn't exist that way. We may end up building a few of these man baskets, I don't know. So that's where we're at, folks. We got everything painted black already. John was doing a lot of the fab on this, a lot of the work on this. He cleaned it up, straightened a lot of things out. Let's see, I got a couple more locations I want to stick pipes for the ladder racks so they can actually narrow up that expanse or make it as long as it is now. That was my idea, or John's idea, or, you know, it was the shop's idea, not the owner's. But like I said, this man's good to us. He's always been good to me. I've known him for a decade now, so. And we'll get Jeremy Shipley on him one of these days and make fun of how short he is. With any luck, he'll watch the video and cuss at me. So that's where we're at. Enough talk. Let's do. Okay, on the trailer, we're going to tie that double ladder rack prong, the forks on each side, together with this bit. Now what I think I did is, I think this is out of 90, and it's binding up. I don't have a good layout table, okay? We make do with what we got, but that is inadequate because it binds up when I put them on, because it stretches from there to there. This goes on the outside tall tines, and that rests on the middle ones. And you got it again over there. See that? See that? Good. So we're binding up. All it'll consist of is cutting these welds loose, bringing that out, setting it down there and re-welding it. It's annoying, but not systemic. That's why fabrication of anything one-off is a pain. It's test and tack and test and tack and cut and weld and test and I don't know. Perseverance, that's all it takes. It's been a long day. We're wrapping up over here at Smith Welding Restoration. Shit. It's Monday and it's already been a decent week. Keep up at this rate and we might be getting somewhere. I got some mind-changing motherfuckers around here. Alright, so Mr. Shipley, construction dude, right? He comes in, he's like, no, I want it like this, and I want this different, I want that different. We don't care. We don't give a shit. Here's why I'm saying we don't give a shit. He is family here in the shop, and I'll show you some score he brought us. Some good old adhesive. That's as good as any seam steel you'll ever use. Ask my friend Pete. This shit right here, big, thick, heavy tar paper. It's like Dynamat. I could wrap a whole goddamn car with these boxes. So yeah, he wants the exclusive Cadillac, stylized, cleaned up, and some extras put on there, bells, whistles. We give it to him. You know why? takes damn good care of us. Now let's check out, see what the fuck we got going here. We've got the braces, right? We've got the braces, and then we got this that goes across the top. I had a learning curve here, okay? Like I said, one-offs are kind of a pain in the dick because you gotta troubleshoot all of your geometry. That's just a cap just to sit on there so it doesn't, it stabilizes it, okay? This slides down. These were like this long. I cut them down, including the gusset. Why? Because if you're off just a little bit, and with the unsophisticated rack we have here to build shit on, I'm off a little bit, okay? I can take my time, I can line them up, I can square them. Everything gets better. Every day we do better, every day we know better, every day we flesh out our equipment and we're doing better. So, right now that's what I got going on. I want to build the bracket for the back of it. And then I'm actually going to come in down here on the sleeves. Down below on the sleeves. See this? We're going to tack a nut, put a bolt in there. I'm going to build a T-bar on the bolt so you can hand screw it and unscrew it. So to lock that in, like an engine stand or something like that. On all four corners we're going to do that. Plus, I've got one more I'm going to put here. So I got 6 of these bolts to build for it. And then I've been looking at this. Man, this thing, it legs off. Now, I don't know if I'm going to heat that, or if I'm going to cut it and pull it around and re-weld it. Oh no, Adam, don't cut it and re-weld it. It'll be weaker. Fuck no, it won't. This steel, your average mild steel is 50,000 pounds tensile strength. My wire is 70,000 pounds tensile strength. Now, as long as I don't get all stupid and overheat the joint, where it makes either side of the joint brittle, I'm not weakening it. Follow? Savvy? Cool. So, that's where we're at right now. Fuck me. This was supposed to be done yesterday. This was supposed to be done this weekend. Helper ran into some snags. I don't know what the fuck it was about. That took them longer on the shit. Fine, okay, whatever. We move on. We live and move forward. But then the changes Jeremy gave us is going to take me all of this morning to get squared away. That's no big deal. Like I said, he brings us... Jeremy makes our lives easier, okay? How's that? Jeremy Shipley makes our lives easier. Go check him out. You need a framer, roofer, sider. That's the dude. That's who I call when I need help, right? So, 'cause I ain't no carpenter no more. All right, we're gonna check back with you when we got a little more advanced going on. Go from there.
He calls it chartreuse.
All right, that's that last little bit. Ladder rack, you can barely see it. There we go, that's better. We did nut, welded on, made a T out of that so you can tighten it down easily. It's no big deal. You already saw that, that's shored up. We got 6 posts. We may end up building another set of these arms to go in the middle, including this brace. Oh shit, this tongue, I showed you guys the tongue was tweaked. There you go, it's not tweaked anymore, it's actually real straight.
That's the key. I was like, I thought you busted out a remote, man. That'd be awesome.
It's straight now. What I wound up having to do, this is all pretty heavy channel iron, and somebody took the time and care and they bent it out, and they bent this out, and they actually welded them together where they met and bolted this to it. You're not bending that around without some massive fucking impact or fatigue to it. So I cut it, opened it up, I laid a root pass in there that, one, it burnt out all the shit that was inside the channel iron I couldn't get to clean, and 2, it gave me a bed foundation, and then I did a weave all the way across the bottom, all the way up this side, all the way across that side, and I dressed it all and painted it. You come up on it, you wouldn't know. And that's as strong as it ever was, so I don't have any concerns sending that out the door that way. Some people get nervous when you're gonna chop shit up and weld it, but let me see. Oh, a couple other things I didn't show you. We put some 11 gauge. We came short up on material. That's fine. We put 11 gauge on here and actually tweaked these out, and we put braces in the middle, just like that brace there. Exactly, that same exact piece was cut and stuck in the middle between the wheels that comes out to brace this, because this is construction equipment. People are going to beat the hell out of it and abuse it. It'll be back here again in a few years for another repair. It just is. But we're prolonging its life and making it more useful for the owner. Owner's here now. I'm kind of wandering off, Jeremy and the owner.